Number 1 video, we're going to be diving into some spicy SpongeBob mistakes. These ones are all pretty crazy, you guys will enjoy them, and by the way, make sure to subscribe as I'll be responding to the comments of all subscribers. So if you're subscribed and you comment, I'll respond for sure. But anyways, let's get into these mistakes. Let's go Cho Boys. Now this episode is all about Squidward joining a choir. I'm happy for him because, you know, Squidward loves to sing and SpongeBob trying to join him. This number 2 episode has a lot of funny moments, especially the scenes where like SpongeBob and Squirrel keep trying to clear their throats. Here's some clips. Hey.
I may not be as good as you and your buddy, Squidward, but I do have a song in my heart that I want Yes. Perhaps Squidward didn't see. Just trying to get his attention.
It's a pretty good episode, especially for season 6. I'm not the biggest season 6 fan of SpongeBob, but whatever. Let's get into the mistakes this episode has. 2, here's the first one tried spot at this.
Well, looks like a forlorn SpongeBob lying sprawled across the dirt. Oh, what a lovely day for me! Squidward, my playmate Patrick is away at a family reunion. Sad and alone, I am desperate for something to do.
This one happens pretty quickly, but when SpongeBob lays on the ground and puts his hand on Squidward near the beginning of the episode, SpongeBob's hand can be seen through Squidward's tentacles, like number. His hand is through the tentacles, which was definitely a mistake, and here's another one now.
I hereby issue you this ticket for reckless farming. The unfailing post on my song. A singing traffic! SpongeBob, I will be late to practice with all of your tomfoolery slowing me down!
I love this part of the episode, but as you've seen, it also has a mistake. So when Squidward rips off SpongeBob's fake mustache, take a look as one of them is missing their right arm. Like, their right arm is just not on screen, which is definitely a mistake. Like, how is this dude missing his arm? But anyways, let's move over to episode number 2, episode Tunnel of Glove, which is a Glove World episode. I love Glove World number 4 episodes. Like, it's hilarious that in the SpongeBob universe, they have an amusement park or a theme park that is all about gloves. But anyways, here are some clips from this episode. It's a pretty good one.
Sorry, only 2 per car. You'll have to wait for the next car. Any single riders come to the front. Kamp, yawn. He's outside the boat. I will put my arm in the boat, but don't touch me, don't talk to me, don't look at me. How's it gonna kick on this side? Don't you think I mean so tough on the outside? This is a soft side too. You know, this one time I was upset because my fair Gary was taking me let me leave 5 minutes early. Isn't that the sweetest thing I've ever had?
Like I said, it's a pretty good episode. It's not the best, but it has its fair share of moments. It also, though, has its fair share of mistakes, too, to be exact. And here's this first one. Keep those eyes peeled. Let's see if you guys can spot it without my help.
I just fearlessly lead the way.
So this one is really easy to miss. It took me a few times to catch it, but number. Here's the thing, when Pearl puts SpongeBob down, take a look at this as the ropes. in front of them disappear before they were there, as you can see in this shot, but when she puts SpongeBob down, they just disappear, which makes for a really weird animation choice.
Okay, I think I heard you. I will not see on anything else. I'll just gingerly lean on this one. Oh, huh?
But now, this one is kind of complicated, to be honest, so listen closely. Guys, throughout this episode, we see this sign that says animatronic override. Okay, take a look at it. As you can see, override is spelled as override. There's 2 RS in the word. I mean, I don't need to number 6 teach you guys spelling. I do need to teach. The SpongeBob team's spelling, though, as throughout the episode, this changes, as in this scene. It's missing one of the RS in this shot. As you can see, it has the 2 RSOVERRIIDE, but in this shot, it only has 1 R, making for a mistake. And guys, I've got some spicier ones coming up, so stay tuned. Another Glove World episode for you guys. Like I said, I love Glove World. If I could go anywhere in the world that doesn't exist, a fictional location, I'd probably go to number 7 Glove World. It'd be fun. But anyways, here are some clips from this episode. It's called Glove World RIP. It's a pretty good one.
Well, there she is, Patrick. It's time to say goodbye to the Tilt-A-Whirl. Goodbye, Tilt-A-Whirl. Goodbye, Patrick. So many fond memories on this ride. I know, Patrick, but we have to be brave.
Hey man, imagine if Glove World closed, SpongeBob and Patrick would be heartbroken, as we just seen, like they would have nothing to do anymore, pretty much. But anyways, let's get into the first mistake from this episode. This one's actually like really funny, and I don't even know how they made this mistake. So as you can see, we're in a library right now, right? But why is there a window on top of the number 8 books? What? Who made this mistake? Why is there a window literally on top of the books in the library? Talk about like a really bad mistake. Like this dude should get fired. But anyways, let's move over to mistake number 2. This one's also pretty good. So Glove World has made numerous locations throughout the show's history, like all the way back in Rock Bottom was its first appearance, I think, and then since then it's had many appearances throughout the show, and one thing has usually been consistent throughout these number 9 appearances, and that's the entrance to Glove World. So take a look at some of these shots of the entrance. This is how it normally looks across other episodes, but in this episode it's different. And it's not a crazy difference, but it's pretty different. As you can see, making for a weird continuity error, I guess. They could have changed the entrance, but Glove World appears in later episodes, and the entrance looks like how it originally looked so. All about our favorite grumpy Squidward, that being the episode Professor Squidward, which is also a really good episode in my opinion. I actually laughed at this a ton of times. Here's some clips.
Now, if we can go for 5 minutes without having any further interruptions, I would like to... Actually, I think he was about to say Squidward. Would you 2 numbskulls mind telling me what you're doing in music class anyway? Sure, Patrick's New Year's resolution was to learn to play an instrument. You told me your resolution was to sign up for an all-natural slimming, toning, and increased muscle mass program.
It was. I traded with SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, do you mind? There are other people here besides you, you know, and I don't think they appreciate you depriving them of my wisdom. I'm sorry, Professor Squarium.
Okay, mistake time. So here's the first one. Keep those eyes peeled as always. This one's kind of hard to miss, but once I explain it, you'll get it.
Thank you. Isn't it grand? What is? He's such a great musician. He doesn't even have to touch an instrument to be brilliant.
This character right here is incidental, F9, and for the most part, she's wearing a dress in this episode, right? But when Fred says, "Isn't it grand?" her dress is just missing. It's kind of hard to see, because somebody's in front of her, but yeah, her dress is just gone. And she should go put that back on, because this is a kid show. What's going on here?
Is there something seriously wrong with your head? My whole life has been pointed in one direction.
I see that now. There's never been any choice for me.
Would you two nincompoops turn it on? Hold on, my goodness! Hello? We're with the local Bikini Bottom news channel. I'm a reporter.
This one's another complicated one, so listen closely, guys. But when Patrick rides his locomotive into the trash, Squidward exits the building and places the can outside, right? He exits through this door right here later. Though when both the news crew and the police come into Squidward's classroom, they enter the same door, that same door I just mentioned, but now it leads into a hallway. It's like the entire geography changed before that door. LED here. Now the door leads to a hallway. So just, yeah, weird mistake. And that's probably gonna do it for today. Guys, first up is the episode Ma and Pa's Big Hara, an episode where SpongeBob's parents come number her back for the first time in like a long time. Take a look.
Well, we'll just have to grow a new home. And in the meantime, we can stay with our son. Huh? Your house? Oh, no. Stay with me? Why, of course you can. I just thought of something. My parents haven't seen you in a while. They'll be expecting their son to be a little more, well, adult. This be fun, dear. I'm looking forward to hanging out with a hip young urbanite like our boy. Hello, Mother. Peter. This is truly a pleasure.
Man, it's really cool to see Harold and Margaret SquarePants back in Bikini Bottom, but this time around, SpongeBob is very different. He's turned into a very boring old man here. Take a look at these clips. We also have the first mistake. Hopefully you guys can spot it.
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
What do you say we sneak out and have some fun? Okay, Mr. Mature, it's time for you to have some fun. It's Bikini Bottom after dark, baby!
This one is pretty straightforward, so as you guys know, this is Con. Street, it's where Squidward, SpongeBob, and Patrick live, and as you can see, Patrick's house is right here, but in this shot, they just dropped Patrick's house, and like, dude, look at the gap. It should be right there, so talk about a mistake. Let's move over to mistake number 2, though, and let's see if you guys can spot this one now. To be honest, I personally had a hard time finding this one, but take a look at this nurse right here. As you can see, she's wearing these fresh kits, these fresh shoes, but as SpongeBob runs past her, they just forgot to draw her feet and the shoes. It's a really weird animation error. Like, at first she looks like this. She has shoes, but then she looks like this and doesn't have shoes or feet. Weird. And I have one more mistake, so... Yeah, this one happens really fast, but as Harold and Margaret skate their way back to SpongeBob's house, Harold's sleeve is uncolored for a few frames, resulting in it being like blue. It's supposed to be white, but it's blue. So yeah, 3 mistakes in this one episode. It is a good episode though, but let's move over to another season 3. Banger first up is the episode Nautical Novice Yet Puff Banger of an episode. I really like this episode, so check out the setup.
Maybe tomorrow, if I can impress Mrs. Kamp with an extensive knowledge of boating history, she'll give me a boating license on the spot! What was that? Nothing! No worries, I made it.
Man, SpongeBob was very committed to getting on that bus, and he succeeds. But let's rewind a little bit as back. During the beginning of the episode, there are 2 really bad mistakes, guys. Let's see if you can catch them.
Which brings us to the subject of rudder maintenance. Fine, folks, just as we were getting to the nitty-gritty. Wait a minute, class! Remember, we will not be here tomorrow. We will be going on a field trip to the boating museum. Now run along, kids.
So, first up is this one, which I don't think I need to say much, guys. For about 2 frames, this incidental just loses her shirt, and I actually think the animators did this on purpose, because why are her breasts, like, drawn the number 8 other mistake? Is this one. So, as you can see, this girl is wearing pearls, but for 1 frame, 2 of them turn black, which was just another weird mistake. There's